what we'll get to momentarily. This is Lady Woodmen's Basketball's pregame show presented by Ray Skillmill, Alpha Romeo Fiat South, and Certified Used Cars, stacking them deep, selling them cheap. We'll be right back. All right, here we are in the first quarter. And we're going to start with Meridian possession. 22, Booker with the ball. Bounce passes to Dale. Dale along the sideline. Loses possession, picked up by Stubblefield. Stubblefield heads down the court. Long pass to DeCastro. Castro tries the baseline, and she loses possession over to Booker. Booker to 25, Dale. Dale cuts down the lane, tries to put up a two. Be a foul on the Woodmen.
Number 15, Kristen Woodbury.
Foul on Kristen Woodbury. All right, Taft for the ball now. Taft is getting double teamed at the half court. I think it's going to be a backcourt violation.
Perry to be taking it in.
All right, Mortensen shooting two.
Here's your second shot.
All right, Stubblefield with a bounce pass to DeCastro. Over to Woodbury. Back to DeCastro. From the lane, out to Taft. Taft getting double teamed, boxing at the corner, able to get it out to DeCastro from the free throw line, gives it to Woodbury, Stubblefield. And to Woodbury, out to DeCastro. DeCastro down the lane, bounce pass to Kelly. Kelly puts up a beautiful two.
Finally, some points for the Lady Woodmen.
Certainly broke the ice this game. Now 22, Booker with the ball. Gives it to Dale. Back to Booker. Number 4, Pipes. Booker. Dale. Into Pipes again, and out to number 10, Baird. Kelly rebounds to Taft, to Woolbury. Woolbury hands it over back to Taft. Taft passes from the free throw line, gives it to DeCastro. DeCastro misses a 3, but Kelly's able to pick it up for her and put it in for a 2.
Seeing some better offensive teamwork from the Lady Woodmen versus what they did last week against the Trojans.
Hands it in to number 2, Mortensen. Pipes loses possession to Taft. Taft with a long pass to DeCastro. They were trying for a fast break, but they weren't able to catch up. And she was missing the pass out there.
Just like one of our keys to the game, the Lady Woodmen need to work on their passing, and we've seen it this early in the game once again, just overpasses and not throwing it to the right spot might hurt them once again this game. Got to be careful.
Booker to Dale. Dale out to number 10, Baird. Out to Booker. All the way into Baird, who's able to tower over the Woodman, pick up the ball. They're still not able to put it in the basket, and now they can. So we're looking at 4-5 in the first quarter, 5 minutes on the clock. Stubblefield passes into Taft. And it's going to be out on the Woodmen. Taft passes into Stubblefield. Stubblefield hastily moving down the court, gives it to DeCastro. DeCastro from the lane out to Stubblefield. Stubblefield for a three. No good. Off the backboard and into the hands of Baird, who gives it over to Booker. Booker tried for a layup. It was fouled.
Woodman foul number 3, Sarah DeCastro.
Foul was on DeCastro. Passing into Booker. Gives it over to number 2, Mortensen. Booker with the ball again. From the top of the key, gives it over to 25, Dale. Back to Booker. To Pipes. Pipes for a beautiful swish.
3-point basket, Savannah Pipes.
Stubblefield for a desperate pass to Kelly. Kelly pivots it over to Taft. Taft to DeCastro. Out to Taft again. Sideline drive. Hits up in the air and recovered by Perry. Booker with the ball. Now Taft recovers it. Taft tries to pass it from the free throw. Heads out of bounds on the Woodmen.
Woodman substitution number 11, Jenna Sawyer.
Jenna Sawyer entering the court. And Pritchett. Sawyer and Pritchett enter the court for Greenwood. I've noticed the majority of the passing has just been between Dale and Booker.
Absolutely, they seem to be the powerhouses of this team, but I wouldn't put it past Baird in this game to do some amazing things. I mean, she is 6'3". The Lady Woodman's tallest player is 6 foot, and she hasn't been guarding her. I mean, she just towers over the Lady Woodman.
Yeah.
Savannah Pipes.
Another bad pass.
Recovered by number 2, Mortensen. Mortensen nearly loses possession, decides to take it down the lane, but it's fouled.
Woodman foul number 4, Bailey Taft.
Foul on Taft.
Sally Mortensen, 2 shots.
Mortensen for 2 free throws. First one's no good. Second is good. No good this season. All right, Taft for the pass in.
Meridian foul number 4, Savannah Pipes.
Taft from the lane gives it out to Stubblefield. Stubblefield to Pritchett. Pritchett for a 3. Good.
Beautiful switch.
Pipes hands it over to 22 Booker. Booker gives it over to number 4 Pipes.
Plenty of time for that three.
Taft for the ball now. Taft gives it to Sawyer. Sawyer moves down the baseline. A long one over to DeCastro, who's not guarded. From the free throw, gives it to Taft. Taft is fouled on the lane.
Meridian foul number 22, Ariana Booker. Mary substitution number 3, Molly Armstrong.
Molly Armstrong joining the court for Perry. Now for the pass in is Taft. Taft gives it to DeCastro. Sawyer. Sawyer gets double teamed, able to get it out to DeCastro. From the free throw, gives it to Stubblefield. To Taft. To Stubblefield. Stubblefield for a 3. No good. That's going to be picked up by number 10, Baird. guard. And Dale tries to put it in a 2, rebounded by Booker. It's going to be a foul on the Woodmen. Foul on Pritchett.
Three-way foul number 10 on Pritchett. Woodmen substitution number 5, Ashley Buster.
Ashley Buster joins the court. Booker throws it in to number 10, Baird. He gives this to number 30, Molly Armstrong. Armstrong is fouled.
Woodmen foul number 10, Anna Pritchett.
Booker passes in to Armstrong. Armstrong for a beautiful jumper. Tap passes into Buster. Buster getting pressured on the sideline. Still able to give it to Sawyer.
Good attempt to throw it back in.
Yeah, possession is lost though.
Got to give it to the Woodmen. They're playing really hard so far, and what we've seen, apparently you can see in the on our stream here, there's a bit of a size difference in these two teams. Greenwood has about 3 more girls than the varsity team of Perry, and only 3 of our girls break 5'9". There's about 7 of the 10 Perry Meridian girls breaking 5'9", 2 of them breaking 6 foot. I mean, that's not a huge factor in this game, but when you take into account all of our small players, we've got to play a lot faster and a lot more skilled than them. And definitely be careful in the air because their reach definitely exceeds ours by a good amount.
Yeah, Baird will be standing in the middle of the lane, and despite being surrounded by Woodmen players, she's able to get the ball out of the air.
Absolutely. There's no competition when Anna Pritchett's standing under the 6'3" Baird. There's almost a foot difference there. It's just the Woodmen are going to have to play a lot smarter in this game and definitely be careful with that passing we've been talking about.
All right, 1:40 left in the first quarter. We're looking at 7-15, Perry Meridian lead. Booker sets up an attack plan, hands it over to Dale. Back to Booker. Booker to Baird. Out to Dale. Armstrong. Armstrong to Pipes. Pipes for a 3. Drains.
Another drain quick 3 by number 4, Wilson. Sorry, Pipes.
Pritchett's still able to hold on to possession to Buster, to Taft. Taft down the lane for a floater. No good. Rebounded by Sawyer. The possession is lost to Baird. Baird who gives it over to Booker. That's going to be out on Perry.
Woodmen substitution number 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield.
Stubblefield in for the substitution. All right, Dale passes into Booker. Booker to Pipes. Back to Booker. Booker into Baird. We saw exactly what we were talking about. She was towering over the Woodmen and able to put it up in the basket.
Absolutely. Just no effort reaching over the 5'4" Anna Pritchett for that layup.
Taft getting double teamed from behind the half court. She's able to get it out to Stubblefield.
Desperate shot by Sawyer, but still broken up.
Sawyer shooting 2. Sawyer's first free throw. Good. All right, Pipes for a 3. No good. and rebounded by Baird. Gives it to Armstrong, gives it to Booker, back to Armstrong. Armstrong from the free throw gives it out to Dale. And surprisingly, Pritchett was able to smack it out of the air in front of the towering Baird.
Definitely was an impressive play, and with her intensity, it's going to be a good matchup this game despite the size difference.
Yeah, it goes to show that if you can jump high enough, then height doesn't really make much of a difference.
Absolutely it doesn't. Another thing we've seen on the Woodmen defense right now is Stubblefield's looking to be taking on two girls from the back of the key. And she's just kind of running back and forth there. And the Woodmen definitely need to get someone else out there to help her because they have more than enough time to get passes off when one person's running 10 feet between two people.
Mm-hmm. Now here we are in the first quarter, and we're starting to see a big gap in the scoreboard as it's 8-20 Perry Meridian lead. Booker passes into Armstrong.
Close shot.
And that concludes the first quarter. 8-20 Perry Meridian lead.
Now at the end of the first quarter on the Woodmen scoreboard, 8. On the Perry Meridian Falcons, we have 20. This score report is presented by Affleck, the Woodmen Broadcasting Network's live stream.
Oh, there's meant to be a period there. So, during the pep rally from earlier today, I had the privilege of being the mascot. And I gotta say, I had a lot of fun being in a 400-degree suit.
Absolutely. It's always fun representing Greenwood, and that's why we're here today, is because we love our school. And if you look onto the court, you'll see one of the prides of Greenwood's our dance team.
Substitutions for Greenwood in the second quarter. Number 3, Sarah DeCastro. Number 35, Quinn Kelly.
DeCastro and Kelly are joining the court for the second quarter.
For Perry Meridian, number 44, Lexi Dale.
44, Lexi Dale is coming back to the court. Pritchett passes into DeCastro. DeCastro to Stubblefield. Back to DeCastro. Pritchett. Buster. DeCastro. A lot of passing by the Woodmen, and Stubblefield almost puts up a 2. Kelly's able to rebound, gives it back to Stubblefield. Stubblefield takes some steps back. Air balls, and possession is lost. Now Booker with the ball. Armstrong is fighting for possession. It's going to be a foul on the Woodmen.
Woodman foul number 5, Ashley Buster. Molly Armstrong, 1 and a bonus.
Armstrong shooting 1 and a bonus. First one is good. And the bonus is good. Stubblefield passes into Buster. Back out to Stubblefield.
Perry still playing a very up-close defense. The Woodmen are definitely struggling with that.
Yeah, the Perry like to corner one specific player, so they're not able to pass out.
Absolutely. Very up-close defense. We've seen double teams all night. Just something that's going to be really hard for the Woodmen to deal with.
Buster moved down the lane and was fouled on.
Gregory in foul number 30, Molly Armstrong. Ashley Buster, shooting 2.
Buster for 2 free throws. First one is good. Second is good.
Woodman substitution number 4, Wayne Zach.
Our Baird passes into 22. Booker. Booker to Dale. Dale to Baird. And possession is lost as Pritchett takes the ball, runs down the court, down the lane, puts up a 2.
Just like we were talking about, Nana's intensity definitely plays a huge role in this game.
Pipes to Armstrong. Armstrong for a jumper.
Molly Armstrong.
Kelly getting pressured. Hands it out to Pritchett. Pritchett for a 3. Bounces off the back of the rim and rebounded by Booker. Booker to Pipes. Pipes to Armstrong. Out to Booker. To Baird. Baird from the free throw. Over to Pipes. Pipes for a 3. Bounces off the back of the rim. Handed over to Stubblefield. Stubblefield moving along the sideline. Bounce pass to Taft. Taft for a jumper.
3-point basket, Haley Taft.
All right, Booker moves down the key. Tries to put it up. Rebounded by Taft. Taft for a jumper from the free throw. No good. Rebounded by Baird. It's going to be a foul on Taft.
Woodmen foul number 4, Haley Taft. Carry substitutions number 2, Sally Mortensen, number 13, T.T. White, number 45, Megan Bobby, and for the Woodmen, number 11, Jen Sawyer.
Sawyer entering the court for the Woodmen. Number 13, White, and number 45, Bolliard, joining for Perry. And this is Baird for 1 and a bonus. First, no good. Kelly takes it. Hands it over to Taft. Taft to DeCastro. DeCastro from the middle of the key. Loses possession. Baird picks it out of the air. Hands over to 13, White. White to Baird. There's going to be a foul on the Woodmen.
Foul after foul on the Woodmen tonight. Going to be more careful with that moving into this game. I believe that's 6 for the Lady Woodmen tonight.
Correct that. That's 9. All right, the first one was good. And the second one is good.
Barry Brady, 30-second timeout. Indiana members credit union is proud to support Greenwood Athletics and now offers a free Greenwood Woodland.
All right, that makes it 14-26 here in the second quarter. About 5 minutes on the clock. So I noticed the 2 strongest passers have been between Booker and Dale. Do you think they should diversify their passing, or do you think it should stay the same way that they've been doing it?
You know, it's always fun to see, more players get their hands on the ball, but if it's working and they're playing to win tonight, they should just keep with what's working. And as we've seen, number 4, Pipes, is their main three-point shooter, and she's been just hitting it from the top left of the key, and Lady Woodmen don't seem to want to stop that. We've seen at least 5 attempts from her. I think about 3 or 4 of them made it, which is just a great percentage in this game, but they're definitely going to have to stop her if they want to stop the rest of this offense from moving forward.
And possession is lost by Perry. Looks like DeCastro stepped out of bounds. Or excuse me, Perry fouled.
Barry Brady, foul number 45, Megan Bobby.
Still that tight defense by Perry.
Stubblefield charges down the court. Taft. Perry Meridian double team. Gives it in to Kelly. Kelly tries to put it in. Rebounded by Bulliard, who gives it to Baird. Baird goes all the way down the lane, bounce passes out to number 44, Dale. Dale puts up a 2.
You've got to give it to Perry. That double team is working beautifully in their favor. Definitely getting in the way of Taft's amazing offensive game that we've seen in the past.
Definitely shakes up ball control. Taft tried to shoot a 3, no good. Rebounded by Baird, who gives it over to Dale. Dale to White. White to Dale. Hands it over to Mortensen. He tries to put it up. Sawyer rebounded it. And Taft for the pass in.
Meridian foul number 44, Alexi Dale.
Tap to Sawyer.
Another bad pass. Seems to be some small panic by the Woodmen when they're getting double teamed like that. I mean, you just see them start struggling like visibly. It's just a weakness they have to get over in this game because it's going to be very prevalent by the Perry Meridian defense.
Well, they're certainly not used to it. We've been watching the past couple of games. We haven't seen a defense quite like Perry Meridian's.
Absolutely, but the need to adapt is greater than their past experiences. And it's definitely hurting them this game. The score has been doubled now, going 30-14.
Mortensen for a 2. It would be Mortensen shooting 1. First is good. Well, only is good. Greenwood for a full timeout.
Greenwood Athletics now has its own app. It's really easy to use and free. Takes about a minute to download. It will allow you to see everything going on in Woodmen Athletics. You can see what's happening today, tomorrow on the home screen, and then go to individual sports and see whatever sport you like. Then we'll have their Twitter feed running as well. You'll be able to see all athletic staff members and email them right from the app. Please allow notifications into the app will replace Remind for cancellations and changes. It really is a one-stop shop to know what is going on in athletics at the high school.
Now, Eric, having watched the past few games, do you think the Lady Woodmen can use any of the experiences from the other team to capitalize on this defense? I mean, we've seen them not make any progress so far, just putting up 14 points, getting the ball stolen very easily. That height advantage is definitely not playing into our favor. But do you think any of the other defense is going to help us face this one, because it's just completely different?
Yeah, it's certainly unique. I'd say their biggest problem is just passing in general. They struggle with passing when they get, a lot of opportunities, and it doesn't really make a lot of difference if they're getting blocked the way that Perry does. Their best bet is to rely on centers, but unfortunately, the height difference may be a little bit troubling. There we go with the Perry Meridian double team on Taft, who gives it to DeCastro. Sawyer to DeCastro. And
another bad pass by Taft, but barely hit in by Beard. Beautiful pass.
And then White for the pass in. He gives it to Mortensen, to Baird. Baird moves down the court, bounce passes to Dale. Dale for a beautiful jumper.
As we've seen, number 4 Pipes isn't in. It seems that number 44 Dale seems to be their go-to shooter.
Tap for the long pass to Sawyer.
Easily blocked by the 6'3 Baird.
Sawyer shooting 2.
Baird rated foul number 10, Katie Baird. Jenna Sawyer shooting 2.
First one was good. Second one is good. bounce pass to Baird. Dale. Dale to White. White hands it into Baird, who just has to put it up in the basket with relative ease. Now Taft gives it to DeCastro. There's that Perry Meridian double team. Taft bounce pass down the key, gives it to Sawyer. Sawyer puts up a 2.
Happy to finally see some more points from the Lady Woodmen in this last minute.
You'll notice they do better when they rely less on the passing.
Absolutely. They just got to go with it. They're questioning themselves, and it's definitely confusing.
Meridian foul number 45, Megan Collier. Perry substitution, number 25, Allie Dale. Sarah Manstrom.
I think there's two. There are 2 Dales. Excuse me. I was getting a little confused. Castro's first free throw is good. Now for her bonus. Second free throw, good.
Woodmen substitution number 5, Ashley Buster.
Buster fills in for DeCastro. Hilliard gives it to 25 Dale. Dale into Mortensen. Mortensen traveled. Taft passes into Pritchett. Back to Taft. And a long pass into Kelly from the free throw. Gives it to Pritchett. Pritchett does a jumper from the free throw. Swishes in.
Excellent shot.
White with the ball for Perry. Moves along the 3. Gives it to Bulliard, who gives it to Dale. And a bounce pass into Baird, who gives it out to Mortensen. Mortensen fouled Sawyer.
Woodman foul, number 11, Jenna Sawyer.
Excuse me, Sawyer fouled Mortensen. Mortensen for 2 free throws. The first is no good. Pipes and number 22, Booker, join the court for Perry. Now for Mortensen's second free throw. That's good. Pritchett passes into Taft. And there's that Perry Meridian triple team. And possession is lost as Pipes picks up the ball. That's going to be a foul on Pritchett.
Foul is definitely hindering the Lady Woodmen tonight. That's now 10, and a lot of them have been for shots, and we've seen the Woodmen get taken apart because the shot percentage by Perry is definitely very good, as we've seen them put at least 10 points up due to fouls.
Woodmen substitution number 3, Sarah DeCastro.
DeCastro and Mortensen join the court for Perry. DeCastro for Greenwood, Mortensen for Perry. Now for Pipes' second free throw. No good. Rebounded by Taft. Taft to Kelly. To Castro. Sawyer. Buster. To Castro. Back to Buster. Kelly. Kelly from the lane. No good. Good. Booker with the ball now. And Mortensen fouled Sawyer.
Ready to foul number 2, Sally Mortensen.
Tap for the ball now. A lot of pressure by Perry. Taps to Kelly. Kelly tried to put it up, smacked out of her hands, and that concludes the first half. We're looking
Just
at
zero effort with that block.
height does make a difference. But 24-36 is the difference on the scoreboard, ending the first half.
Greenwood Dazzlers take back the court, but before we get to them, let's go to our halftime show.
Sorry about that. Now for our halftime show. Live from the campus of Greenwood Community High School. This is Woodmen Broadcasting Network's halftime show that could be presented by you. Let's begin with the first half scoring summary that could also be presented by you. 24-36. This is the Woodmen Broadcasting halftime show that could be presented.
Sorry, once again, back to our halftime show. Live from the campus of Greenwood Community High School, this is Woodmen Broadcasting Network's halftime show that could be presented by you. Let's begin with the first half scoring summary that could also be presented by you. In the first half, the Lady Woodmen have put up 24 points and the Lady Falcons have put up 36. This is the Woodmen Broadcasting halftime show that once again could be presented by you on the WBN's live stream.
All right, join us again when we reach the second half. right, welcome back. Christian Jones had to step out, and joining me is Sam Rapp.
It's good to be here tonight on this wonderful Friday night. We have a doubleheader between the boys and the girls. So I'm glad to be in the booth. I got here a little bit late, but I'm ready to go now. So it should be a good one. First thing I've noticed, quite the height for the Perry team.
Yeah, that was definitely something Christian touched on. Mortensen with the ball, takes it down the court, bounces off of Baird's leg.
Perry wants to move quick, as we can see. They were right down to the basket there, trying to get a score.
Booker passes in to number 4, Pipes. Pipes for a 3, misses. Tap for a rebound.
Oh, immediately turn. See, the turnovers are a thing that we have seen in recent games have killed the Lady Woodmen.
Yeah.
So that's something that they are obviously going to be wanting to be limiting.
Wolbury picks the ball.
Good defense.
Not good enough as Dale goes down the court, tries to put it up. Kelly for a rebound, gives it to Taft.
Defensive effort to start the second half here. No baskets yet.
They definitely learned their lesson from the first half. And Taft loses the ball and gives it out to Baird. He gives it over to 22 Booker. Booker down the court. A missed floater. Taft for the
Another
rebound.
missed layup. Both teams missing easy baskets early on as Taft nearly falls over.
Now you'll notice that double teaming, Perry Meridian has been really on that tonight.
Taft's probably the main offensive threat for the Woodmen, so.
Pipes gives it to Dale. Dale to Baird.
Oh, good. Wow, wide open. Someone got lost in defense there as number 25, Allie Dale, was wide open, cutting there for an easy layup.
We're looking at 24-38, Perry Meridian lead. 6.5 minutes on the clock. Stubblefield with the ball now. Kelly set a pick. Kelly picks it up at the lane.
Nice pick and roll there. Notice how Kelly was able to slip that screen and get open as both defenders came off and covered Stubblefield. So beautiful play there, and hopefully it will knock both of these down here.
Kelly's first free throw is no good. Second free throw. Good.
Full court press here for the Woodmen as they're going to go put some pressure on the ball in the back court.
Dale to Baird.
Oh, and one. Good pass and good finish there by number 22, Ariana Booker, down low. Fights through the contact and gets the 2.
That foul was on Stubblefield, and it'll be Booker shooting 1. And it's good.
Completes the 3-point play there. Good start to the second half for the Lady Falcons.
Baird pressures to Castro. Castro tries for a layup.
Oh, Woodman's still trying to work that pick and roll, but it's just tough with a defensive presence like Baird down low. I mean, it's hard to get any shots off with someone that tall down there.
Over to Stubblefield. Stubblefield to Taft. Tap all the way down to DeCastro from the baseline.
Good cut and good finish. What a pass.
Pipes to Mortensen.
Mortensen goes all the way around the defense and still can't finish. So go to the line here. Something I've noticed early on. The Lady Falcons are really trying to get down low. I don't know if they've taken maybe just 1 or 2 outside shots of this entire second half so far. They really want to utilize the lack of height of the Lady Women to their advantage. They're obviously the much taller team, so I think they want to get down low and use that as much as they can.
Yeah, I certainly don't think Barrett's seen the bench yet. She's been vital for the key.
I mean, with a player that tall, that can just block anything that comes down low.
Sawyer out to Stubblefield. Stubblefield to DeCastro. Warbury for a 3. No good.
Good hustle by both teams there. It's going to be a jump. Sorry to cut you off. Deep pass to Robert.
Warbury feeling the pressure.
Stolen by Booker, and she'll miss the wide open layup. And goes right back to the Woodmen, so the Woodmen survive what should have been an easy 2 points. Get the ball right back, so they come out with a victory on that one play. That should have been an easy 2 points. We see Ashley Buster check in for Robbery.
Tapped out to Stubblefield. Field makes a move, gives it to Taft. Taft from the side of the key. Buster. Stubblefield. And Taft for 3. No good.
Taft usually a dead eye from 3. Would have been nice to see that one fall for the momentum of the Lady Woodmen here.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Pritchett hit a lot more 3s this game.
She has not been in the entire second half so far. 4 minutes in here.
She's about to join us. She's on the substitution line. Bear hands it over.
Look at this that Booker just makes. Looks like the Lady Falcons will pass over to Baird on the right wing, and because she's so tall, she can see over the whole defense and deliver a pass to the player who passed it to her. Cuts right around to the low block, and they've ran that 2 or 3 times successfully here, just that I've seen in the third quarter. So that's obviously, like we said, they're trying to really use the height to their advantage in this game. I mean, they have 6 players over 5'9" on their team, which is, I mean, compared to the Lady Woodmen, who have 2 players over 5'9". So, I mean, it's obviously a large height advantage. So, an interesting game.
So while we were talking about Baird in the first half when I was with Mr. Jones, you know, we were talking about how she was able to be at the right spots in the center of the lane, able to get the ball out of there. But just as we were talking about that, Pritchett smacks the ball that was meant for Baird. And, you know, Pritchett being so short, she was still able to get the ball out of the air in front of someone who towers over her. And we learned the lesson that, you know, height doesn't matter as long as you can jump real high.
That's true.
Tap passing in, gives it over to Pritchett.
So Pritchett's checked in now. Looks like Stubblefield takes a seat.
Pritchett in between the legs of Baird, gives it to Sawyer.
Good finish by Sawyer. Finally some momentum for the, see, you know, they go to the 2-3 zone, the Lady Falcons do, and see how quickly Pritchett drives down, makes a beautiful pass over to Sawyer. So if you attract the ball and the attention away from Baird and then throw a quick pass, you'll have enough time to get a shot up, because, you know, Baird's obviously going to block anything that's close to her with her height.
Yeah.
Two-three zone of their own for the Lady Woodmen.
Booker to Dale, Dale to Pipes, back to Dale, and then given to Baird, who loses possession to DeCastro.
Stolen away, a little run here for the Lady Woodmen.
Pritchett with the ball, she moves down the lane out to DeCastro, who tries for a 3, no good. Rebound by Mortensen. Picked up by Dale.
Sloppy all over the place right now. No one seems to be able to get control of possession.
Passing in between Dale and Pipes. Dale for a long one to Baird.
We've just talked about she's not unable to finish, but the height, just anytime you want, you can throw a pass on the Baird.
If she wants a ball, she can get it, that's for sure.
No good on the 3 from Taft. She's obviously frustrated. 15-point game here, 45-30, with 3 to go in the third quarter.
Tapped out to Buster. Buster for a 3.
Banks
That's good.
Nice shot.
Beautiful bank by Buster. Booker with the ball. I noticed Booker and Dale are able to add in some patience to the offense by Perry Meridian. There's Pipes.
Screen. The Lady Falcons have been very inefficient in their shooting percentage. Oh, almost 91. But the Lady Falcons have been very inefficient in their shooting percentage down low on the low block and in the paint. I mean, they've had many makeable opportunities down low and have not been able to capitalize. Their lead would be even bigger if they were able to do that.
It's Pritchett shooting 2. First is good.
Substitution number 30, Molly Armstrong.
Armstrong's going to fill in for Mortensen. Second free throw is good.
Knocks them both down.
Booker with the ball now. Booker from the,
Go ahead.
from the top of the key, gives it over to Pipes. Pipes gives it to Dale. Booker, Pipes. And the Woodmen are doing a double team much like Perry's been doing. And Dale just...
Another turnover.
That is
right back.
the oddest turnover I've ever seen. And Baird for a layup.
Easily good.
She doesn't even really have to jump to put the ball in the basket. Tap for the ball now. Excellent footwork. And it's going to be out.
Right
Perry.
Woodman substitution number 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield.
Stubblefield joins the court for the Woodmen. And Taft steps out. Castro to Buster. Buster down the lane, bounce past to Sawyer. Stubblefield.
Good cut, obvious foul. Good ball movement. When the ball gets flying around in all directions, you know, and you get some movement offensively, good things happen as we saw there. Nearly a layup.
Brooklyn Stubblefield, 2 shots.
Stubblefield for 2. And her first is good.
Perry substitution number 13, T.T. White.
Stubblefield second free throw. Good.
Knocked them both down there, so Lady Woodman has been good on their free throw shooting here in the second half.
Just a 10-point difference here in the third quarter.
Oh, and almost stolen again. Very active defensively here in the second half. Another turnover. Fouls all over the place.
Third line foul number 25, Allie Dale.
Buster will be passing in for the Woodmen. Cash to a Buster. Stubblefield.
Good ball movement here from the Lady Woodmen.
Stubblefield did to Castro. Triple team. Out to Stubblefield for a 3.
Oh, I thought that was going to be good.
Look good from our angle. Dale takes it all the way down the court.
She'll be fouled. A lot of fouls here in the second half, it seems like.
Woodman foul number 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield.
That foul was committed by Stubblefield, and it'll be Dale shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
First one is good.
Now an 11-point game after the free throw.
And her second is even better.
Perry substitution number 44, Lexi Dale.
Lexi Dale joins in for Perry Meridian. It's Castro to Buster. Buster to Pritchett. Pritchett chases down the court, gives it over to Sawyer. Sawyer, who's getting triple teamed. Possession and turnover.
You know, still to this point, with only a minute left in the third, Baird, that's a travel. Baird has not sat out yet so far in this game. I mean, she's obviously such a vital point
Hopefully she's not getting exhausted out there.
I mean, defensively, passing, scoring, just everything. Look at the wingspan right there that she has. Three, no good. Just absorbs the rebound.
White with the ball now. White with a bounce pass to Pipes. Pipes out to Baird, who's able to just pick it out of the air. And Dale, Dale for a jumper.
Yeah, that's gotta be more pressure on the ball there.
Pritchett out to Buster. Buster for a jumper.
Good.
Perfect. Pipes to White. Back to Pipes. Stubblefield putting pressure on Pipes. Gives it to Baird. Baird tried to give it to Armstrong. And Pipes tries to relieve Armstrong's pressure.
Good defense there. Gotta go.
That concludes the third quarter. 39-51, Perry Meridian lead.
You know, Lady Woodmen played fairly well there in the third. They were able to make a little run defensively. They forced quite a few turnovers after switching to that zone. It's just so tough to defend Baird. Obviously, I mean, she's listed as 6'3". She looks every bit 6'3", maybe taller.
Yeah.
So that's just so tough to defend. Scoring has been there for Lady. Money on their free throws. They hit a 3. I mean, they're right there. They just need a little, just waiting for a breakthrough. Right now they trail 51-39. So it should be an interesting fourth quarter here.
All right, here we are on the fourth quarter. Like I said, 39-51, Perry Meridian lead.
Substitutions to begin the fourth quarter, number 4, Bailey.
I think the Perry Meridian offense, they've been able to give themselves more opportunities for threes, unlike the Woodmen, who's just trying to get to the basket as close as possible. But they just don't have the height to, you know, cash in that check.
And a wide open 3. That's going to be knocked down all day.
Our point was proven. Taft getting double teamed to Stubblefield. Stubblefield to Pritchett. Pritchett moves around the lane. In between the legs to Buster. Buster for a beautiful swish. What would you call that, Sam?
What? That play?
That shot.
Beautiful. I mean, it barely even touched
Drano, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, the way that Pritchett was able to drive, attract the defense, and then quickly kick it out for a wide open 3. Buster, by the way, has been on fire in the second half. 2 threes, a pull-up jumper, great defensively. So
a lot of passing seen by Perry Meridian, who gets a turnover as Taft picks up the ball, moves down the court, gives it to Kelly. Kelly for a beautiful layup.
There we go. A little run here from the Lady Woodmen. Great effort so far here in the early goings of the fourth quarter.
Looking at a 10-point difference, 44-54.
You know, it seemed like in the third, the Lady Woodmen forced multiple turnovers, but they were unable to capitalize, or they gave the ball right back to the Lady Falcons. So I think that's something that they are.
And Armstrong for a jumper at the free. Pritchett with the ball. Getting pressured. Out to Stubblefield. Back to Pritchett. Pritchett makes a move at the key, gives it to Kelly. Kelly puts it up. Beautiful.
Nice. Great effort by the Lady Woodmen here in the early goings of the fourth.
Baird out to Booker. Booker turns around, tries to put it up. And for the rebound is Taft. Taft moves the ball down the court. Along the key and out of her hands. That was certainly upsetting for Greenwood fans to see.
That had to be tipped. I mean, the ball would not have just, she wouldn't have just thrown the ball out of bounds. It was obviously tipped. tipped, but
some force was acting upon her.
Greenwood fans upset.
Baird to Booker. Booker moves down the 3 and out.
It's going to be a timeout here for the Lady Falcons. So obviously a little run there for the Lady Woodmen in the first 2 minutes really of the fourth quarter. They got a couple baskets, great defense. Some good stuff there.
Takes about a minute to get going. To allow you to see everything going on in Woodmen athletics. You can see what is happening today. It's watch on the home screen.
Again, the score right now, a 10-point game, 56-46. Lady Women trailing by 10. They've had it, they've scored very well here in the fourth, obviously, but they've been able to get the attention away from it. And something that you said, Eric, they were trying to go to the basket and it wasn't working. I know you said that they made multiple baskets shooting from the 3, so that just shows you. So, not a good start. We'll see how things go here at the finish.
I would say Stubblefield, Buster, and Pritchett are the 3 people that the Woodmen can really depend on for much-needed threes.
Yeah. And Taft usually, but once teams, Taft is obviously a scorer, so teams highlight that, put a lot of pressure on her. She's been getting double-teamed a lot tonight.
She's been excellent with ball movement and passing, though. Kelly sets a pick.
Pick and roll doesn't work there. Pick and roll has worked a little bit tonight.
Castro to Buster.
A little confusion here from the offense.
Castro down the lane, out to Taft.
Taft to go to the line here, obviously fouled.
Taft shooting 2.
Very great foul number 44, Lexingdale. 2 shots.
First free throw good.
Very substitutions number 4, Savannah Pikes, number 25, Allie Dale.
Allie Dale joins for Perry Meridian and Pipes.
Second free throw good. Knocks them both down there from Taft.
Much needed points. Booker to Dale. Dale to Pipes. Booker. Stubblefield putting pressure on Booker. To Baird. To Dale. Dale along the baseline, out to Pipes. Pipes into Baird, who puts the basket in.
Looks like Pipes had her eye poked, I guess. So we have a stoppage of play from that.
Very substitution number 45, Megan Ballard.
So we see Bolliard check in here for Perry.
Yeah, Pipes has to step out. I believe it's her eye.
Looks like she was poked.
Taft to Buster, back to Taft. Taft to Castro. Castro down the lane. Beautiful jumper, but no good.
Can't connect off the window there.
Picked up by Dale, gives it to Booker. Booker and Stubblefield meet at the half court. Moves up. Now Bolliard. And DeCastro putting pressure on the ball.
DeCastro has been extremely active in the passing lanes tonight. And another forced turnover for the Lady Woodmen.
Stubblefield holding strong, and she
only down by 10 here, a basket and a couple of stops. This is very much a winnable game.
Yeah, that foul was committed by Booker, and Stubblefield shooting 1 and a bonus. Stubblefield for 1. Good.
Good. Front end on the 1-on-1, knockdown.
Bonus shot.
Second shot on the way, good. Knocks them both down there.
Armstrong passes in.
Only an 8-point game with 4 minutes. Very possible for the. Have to get a stop here.
As long as they can hold Armstrong off. Stubblefield picks up the ball. This is excellent. Moves it down to Taft. Taft for a fast one. Much needed points.
6-point game. Anyone's game. Gotta get another stop here. Really need. You know, that's the key. You can score all day, but if you can't stop him, you'll never make the comeback.
The difference has been about. As soon as Stubblefield gets her hand on the ball, referees blow the whistle.
Substitution number 2, Sally Mortensen.
Mortensen joins the court for Perry Meridian.
Oh, almost stolen again.
Right. Mortensen with the movement. Dale gets double teamed. Dale to Mortensen. Booker. Booker. Unguarded. 52-60, Falcons lead. Stubblefield gives it over to Castro. Castro to Buster. Taft. Taft down the key. Stubblefield. Stubblefield for a three. Oh, no good. Bounces off the back of the rim. Recovered by Booker.
Need a stop here.
Dale with the ball.
That's going to be a foul. Woodmen, Lady Woodmen trying anything right now just to get a turnover. It's turned into a couple of fouls here.
Sawyer and Pritchett join in for the Woodmen. Booker.
Bolliard, wide open three, no good.
Sawyer.
Opportunity.
Sawyer for the recovery, gives it to DeCastro. DeCastro down the court for Buster. Buster for a jumper, rebounded by Bolliard. Tight coverage by the Woodmen and gives it to Booker. Booker races down the court, along the baseline, out to...
Oh. Balls all over the place. Another foul on the Lady Woodmen. That's got to be... Looked almost like a travel there. No such call.
Booker passes into Baird.
And one.
It's like she's stalking a shelf.
Scored a basket. Foul was number 11, Jenna Sawyer.
It's a good analogy. Never heard that.
Baird shooting two, I believe.
It's very much accurate. Free throw is good. That was an
Just
and
one.
one.
Pritchett with the ball now. Just 2 minutes on the clock. Pressure on DeCastro. She moves along the baseline.
Can't finish that one down low off the baseline.
Barry Meridian, foul number 45, Megan Bolliard. Sarah DeCastro. Shoot two.
Now we're looking at an 11-point difference. It is oh so important that DeCastro hits these.
First one's good.
Woodman substitution number 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield.
Stubblefield fills in for Buster. Here's DeCastro's second free throw, and it's no good. Rebounded by the towering Baird, who gives it out to Booker. Back to Baird. Baird to Dale. Booker. Booker gets double teamed.
Another foul. Numerous fouls here just in the last couple of minutes for the Lady Woodmen.
Number 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield.
Booker shooting one. Good.
First one good.
Number 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield. 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 24, Brooklyn Stubblefield.
Second free throw good.
Full timeout.
It's going to be a Meridian timeout. 53-65 in the fourth quarter, just about 2 minutes left.
Association reminds you of these sportsmanship tips. When an official makes a call, accept it. When a member of the opposing team makes a great play, applaud it. When an opponent extends a hand after being shaken, play cool, practice sportsmanship. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Minute 50 to go here in the game. 12-point lead for the Falcons. Lady Falcons of Perry. Lady Woodmen made a little run there in the fourth, but they weren't able to take it anywhere, as the lead is back up to 12 now for the Falcons. Should be an interesting finish here. Hopefully the Lady Women can make one more run at this. Lady Falcons trying to close out a victory. Stubblefield bringing it up here for the Lady Woodmen.
Stubblefield to Pritchett. Stubblefield back to Pritchett. Pritchett for a three. No good. Dale for the rebound. Sawyer showing some aggression.
Is that another foul? Looks like it. Pipes checks in here for the Lady Falcons. Minute 35 to go, a 12-point game. 1-1 here.
First is good. Now for the bonus. Good.
So for the first time today, with a minute 35 to go, Katie Baird sits down on the bench for the first time. Incredible performance by her.
Buster to Pritchett, back to Buster. Buster for a long three, no good. Picked up by Pipes.
Minute 20 to go, another foul. Right back to the line.
Pipes shooting two. First is good.
Substitution number 15, Woodward.
Second free throw good. Taft bringing it up now, right wing. Trying to score here, make this.
To Castro for a three.
No good. Look, again looks good from our angle. Every shot seems to be looking good from our angle.
Armstrong for a rebound and gives it to Mortimer. Mortensen.
Voldemort.
Woodman foul number 3, Sarah DeCastro.
DeCastro fouled Pipes. So Pipes for 2 free throws. First is no good.
Very substitution number 45, Megan Bolliard.
Bolliard's going to fill in for Dale. No good. Taft rebounds. Taft nearly drops the ball. Stubblefield. Back to Taft. Stubblefield for a long three. No good.
Not able to connect on that three as Robry gets the rebound and she'll be fouled. 45 seconds to go, a 16-point game. Going to the line here is Christian Robry. First free throw is good. Front another one-on-one. Second free throw is also good, so now 14-point game.
Mortensen.
35 seconds to go.
Mortensen gives it to Booker. Booker from the baseline to Armstrong. Armstrong puts it in. 30 seconds left in the game. The Woodmen have to move quick. Tap for a long one to Wolbury. Wolbury tries to put up a 2. 19 seconds.
71-55, a high-scoring game for the Lady Falcons tonight.
Christian Woodward, shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Second, good.
Woodman substitution number 5, Ashley Roster for Sarah Castro.
All right. Just 20 seconds on the clock. Buster joins in for the Woodmen. 22.
And Woodman substitution number 35, Quentin Kelly for Christian Woodward.
19 seconds to go here. It's Pipes. Oh my. Another foul.
That's the second time Stubblefield will get her hands on the ball, and then the referees beg to differ. Pipes for 2 free throws. First is good. 14 seconds on the clock here in the final quarter. Second free throw, good. Stop for the Buster.
10 seconds.
9, 8, 7.
Three-pointer no good.
And Buster with
Another
3 seconds.
3, knocks it down, her third 3 of the second half. And that's going to be the game. Final score 73-60. Following this game will be the boys game doubleheader tonight. We will be back in just a minute.
All right.
So we will be back in just a minute for the boys game.
This is Sam and Eric temporarily signing off.